Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel, and we have the final lot of tank rebalances. Changes that people pretty much don't want, don't need, don't like. So we're going to look at the remaining changes that are coming up in the coming updates. So we've got the Russians, the Object 268, the shot dispersion. I mean, does it make a difference? Does it really make a difference? 0.355 to 0.345. So it's, I suppose, getting better at least. But with that, it is actually losing penetration. I don't think the penetration will matter too much, to be fair. 370 on your premium round, I still think is more than enough. Rotation speed is dropping to 35. Object 140 alpha is increasing, so it's going to 310. However, well, on top of that, it is also getting more penetration. The shot dispersion is better. The aim time is adjusted slightly, and of course, the reload time is gone up a little bit. So, again, yes, the alpha's better, the penetration's better, but the reload time is worse. By like a quarter of a second. So overall, you know, I don't think that's a massive change. Again, and I think it's an unnecessary change. Like that, yeah, they're giving it more alpha, but they're they're making the reload time a little bit more. So that sort of counters that alpha. I don't understand. I don't understand it. The ST1 penetration is going down in tier 9 there. The IS8, the penetration is going down. And the Object 260, the shot dispersion is going up a little bit. The turret rotation speed is going down. Reload time is also going down. And the combat stabilization mechanic is being added. So I don't think that's a bad change there for the Object 260. The Object 268 version 4, the main shell and the penetration is increasing. GG, because if it wasn't OP enough, let's just give it 5 more pen, because that is going to make all the difference for this tank. Object 907, power to rate ratios changing, view range is going up ever so slightly, reload time is going up a little bit, and the rotation speed is going down. So again, I don't think that's too much of a change, and again, I think it's just an unnecessary change. The T62A, which we know over the years Wargaming have gave it so much freaking love. They really have. But this time, it is getting nerfed a little bit with the reload time, 6.9 seconds. The shell speed as well is going from 1535 to 990. So yeah, massive difference there with the shell speed. But it is getting the improved engine power boost, so it's going to be able to go even faster. Do these mediums like this need that improved engine power? Really? Do they? Because I really don't think they do. The T100 Lite, the reload time is going down by almost half a second. The penetration is going up. Power to rate ratio changing ever so slightly, and the same as the gun dispersion. So a nice little buff there for the T100 Lite. IS7 penetration is going down by 4. Yes, 4. Like it will. 4. Same as the speed. Speed going from 42 to 40. Massive difference. And the reload time is going down to 11.89. The armor is also going down on that lower plate, which, you know, that makes no difference at all anyway, because that is the weaker part of the IS7. As you can see by the upvotes, like, people were just like, yeah, 100 upvotes, 560 downvotes. They're like, what are you doing, Wargaming? And it's a shame that Wargaming really don't listen to the community when it comes to balance changes like this. Anyhow, moving on, the Object 263, the shell speed's going down a little bit, the rotation speed's going down a little bit, horizontal aiming angles going from -7.7 to -8.8, okay. The change of shells, so it's getting AP instead of APCR, and the aim time is getting slightly better. Now, I think they could have buffed the Object 263 a little bit more, but when it first come out, it was like an OP tank that no one really knew how to deal with. Now, it is just a boring tank. Yes, it has good DPM, but no one really plays it. It is a struggle to play, but you know, I suppose that is a little bit of a buff, but I don't think that is enough in my opinion. The T22 medium, again, if it wasn't as OP enough, it is getting less reload time. It is getting tungsten shells, and basically the shot dispersion is getting a little bit worse, but overall the reload time is better. It's getting tungsten shells, and the armor is changing ever so slightly as well. I don't think the armor is massively different there. I mean, yeah, it's getting better armor, but I don't think that's nothing to write home about. But the fact overall, I still think it's getting a buff. Tungsten shells. Okay. GG. IS4 reload time is going from 9.97 to 9.59. It's getting a little bit more hit points. It's getting a little bit more speed, and the armor is getting a tiny bit more better. Again, I think they could have adjusted the IS4 a bit more than that, but I think the reload time, almost half a second, is decent. I do think it needed a bit of love because it was kind of falling behind, and they have gave it a little bit of love. Again, the majority of people don't really like these changes. Moving on, the Kranwagen, the penetration is dropping, the reload time is increasing, the reload between each shells is dropping, and the alpha is increasing. So, few minors there, there's a few positives, and you know, it's getting less penetration, the reload time, but you are getting a little bit more alpha. So overall, I don't think, you know, it was unnecessary yet again. The 60 TP, the speed reverse, the whole rotation speed is dropping, the speed back is dropping, the power to weight ratio is increasing, but it is getting a little bit more pen on the gold shell to 320. Progetto 65 is going 2 kilometers an hour slower, because that will make a massive difference. The gun turn limit 20/9, 20/8, not too much, but the reload time 7.67 to 8.63, 6.75 up to 6.71, and 4.79 stays the same. So overall, I do think that is a nerf there for the Progetto. Do I think it? I mean, it is strong in the right hands, but I don't think it warrants a nerf. But Wargaming do obviously know best. CS63, which I think is a poor tank. Let's see what buffs it is getting. So reload time is dropping again, almost half a second. The power to weight ratio is increasing. The dispersion is dropping. The max speed is increasing, and it's getting the rotation speed lowered and the adaptive concealment mechanics. So a little buff there for the CS63, but not too much. The Rinoceronte, which I still think is a fantastic tank, one of the best tier 10s in my opinion. The shot dispersion is going up a little bit, not too much, and it's getting more hit points. Overall, I don't think that's too hard. It's not too bad. It's not getting hit too much. The STRV-K, which is one of my favourite tanks in the game, aim time is getting worse, power to weight ratio is dropping, rotation hull speed is increasing, and the penetration is increasing. So not bad for the STRV-K there, but again, the majority of the people are downvoting. And I don't think they're downvoting because they're crazy buffs or crazy nerfs. I think the majority of it is just why. Why? What is the point? Minotauro reload time is going so that 2301 stays the same. The next one, which was 1055, is going to 9.59, and then the 959 is going from to 863. It's getting a little bit less alpha, but it is getting the shell reload boost consumable as well. So I don't think that is a bad change. Less alpha, but your better reload, and the armor is decreasing just on that lower plate by 50. So that's a big big hit on the lower plate. At the minute, a lot of people, especially medium tanks, do have to switch to their premium rounds to even penetrate that lower plate. But with that nerf, people will be able to shoot that lower plate with their normal rounds, which, okay, that is understandable. I really don't mind that change for the Minotauro. The SMV CC64, on the 122 gun, the reload is going from 892 to 988, so almost a second there more. So yeah, not too good for the SMV CC64, and the armor is decreasing as well, so it's not going to be as good as it was. And again, not many people do like them changes. So the VZ55, the auto-load gun for 2 shells. It's getting an auto-loader because we haven't got enough. We haven't got enough auto-loaders in tier 10. Let's have some freaking more. Max speed is increasing as well. The alpha is decreasing just by 10, but of course the reload is going from 12.18 to 17.74. But again, that is the magazine reload. So yeah, it's getting an auto gun with 2 shells. Penetration is dropping, the scatter factor of the gun is increasing, and the reload between each of the shells is 4 seconds. So you shoot 4 seconds and then a 17.7 reload. I think it's good change for the VZ, but did it need it? Does it need another autoloader in tier 10? God knows. The Caro 45T, the reloads are changing, so the first shell stays the same, the second shell is going up, the third shell is going up, and the fourth shell is staying the same. Penetration of the gold shell is going down just to 300. The HP is increasing. It is getting the gunpowder provision and the gear oil. So overall, I do think that is a hard nerf there for the Caro, which didn't need it, believe it or not. The TVP, the alpha is going up, however the reload time is going up slightly. Now, I don't think you're going to see that it's too bad for that reload. It's not going up massively, again, around about half a second. But again, I suppose you're getting that extra alpha. So I don't think it matters. You got more alpha, so you're going to do more damage, but then you're going to do less damage because the reload is slightly longer. Again, very unnecessary. The Emil 2 penetration on your main shell is dropping by 4, and the shell speed is increasing. So an unnecessary change, but a lot of people like that. I mean, 491. I mean, clearly people probably are upvoting the VZ55 with the autoloader. I honestly don't know why, because yeah, it needs something. I don't think it is fantastic, but is it an autoloader it needs? Clearly you guys think so, but you know, I'm not an expert here, but I think there is too many autoloaders, especially in tier 10. And that is it. Of course, we do have some module changes, or tank changes. That is the Conway there, the M60. We have the WZ, the FV215B, and the VK72. Now, one thing Fatness talked about in our community contributor channel is the FV215B is actually, due to the change, it is actually getting a bigger hatch. So yeah, that's not good, but it is what it is. I do like the look, especially of the VK there, and I love the look of the M60. I think it looks fantastic. So that is it. Let me know which of these are unnecessary. I still think majority of them, and which change are you looking forward to the most, and which change you are least looking forward to. So that concludes our update video. We've done all of the changes. Again, I think 99% of them are just unnecessary. Let me know in the comments below, but for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.